All right, guys, can apple cider vinegar help with acne? Let's talk about that. As you're probably aware, apple cider vinegar, if you look anywhere online, is touted as kind of a cure-all for everything. And it does help a number of different functions. I just did a video on it helping, well, part of the video was on it helping with reflux. So there's things it can do. But acne, I don't know. And I'm going to explain why I'm kind of wishy-washy on it. There's different bacteria that are involved when someone has acne. And the two main ones, we don't have any evidence that, apple cider vinegar hits those at all or affects them. So that's questionable. There's not really a lot of decent studies, really none that I could find. And if you watch my videos, you already know studies are only part of what I look at, because with anything natural, you're probably not going to have a lot of studies. They're just not done. They're not funded, so they don't get done. So it's not the be all and end all. It's not a deal killer to not have studies. And so then I'll fall back on what am I hearing from people, the comments on videos, people talking to me in person, what's their feedback? The feedback on this has been mixed. I've had people say, yes, it did help their acne. Other people said it aggravated it. So I think the mileage is kind of varied on this. I don't think it's something that you should absolutely not do. I think it's probably worth a shot. But if you are going to do it, keep in mind that you have to dilute it. Apple cider vinegar is extremely acidic. It's about a 2 or 3 on the acid scale, on the pH scale, whereas your skin is around a 5, 5.5. So it is very acidic. You want to dilute it. And so keep that in mind. And since we're talking about acne, I'm going to throw a couple things out there that you want to do, because acne is really a representation of what's going on inside our bodies. So there's some simple things that you can do to help that process, to help minimize acne. One of which is high quality protein, and make sure it's a varied protein. You don't just want muscle meat. A couple things this does, it's going to help your liver function. It's also going to give you more bioavailable zinc, which is helpful in this process. And so some examples would be muscle meats, which I talked about, eggs, dairy, cheese, bone broth, organ meats. There's all sorts of proteins you can eat. Try to get a decent amount. You don't have to go nuts. There's downsides to eating too much protein, but get some good protein in there. We want to think about keeping our estrogen down. Estrogen dominance, I believe from the evidence I've seen, plays a role in acne. So we want to try to keep that down. There's varied ways to do it. I don't want to get too deep in the weeds on this video. If something like that would be helpful, let me know in the comments if you want me to go into that more. And then natural vitamin A. And we get that through foods like liver, eggs, and dairy. And then keep in mind, as your metabolism goes up, if you're somebody with a higher metabolism, you're going to need more vitamin A, or else we can start seeing some of these things. And the prototypical, skinny teenager who has acne, they're like, well, they must have a high metabolism, but they could very well be deficient in vitamin A, because these are not popular food groups in that age class. So at any rate, guys, let me know in the comments. Like I said, I'm a little wishy-washy on it, but I do think it's worth a shot if you want to try it. It's not expensive, and you can dilute it. Most people try Bragg's. They just got bought out. I don't know how that's going to go, if they're going to make the product worse. But so I'll put a link to the preferred apple cider vinegar that I have in the house, and you can try that if you want to. But I'd love to know in the comments if you tried it. Did it help? Did it not help? Let me know, because it's helpful for me. It's helpful for other people that watch the video. Speaking of which, I hope this was helpful, guys. I will see you in the next one. Thank you.